not allowed on freeways. Pedestrians are not allowed on freeways. Cyclists are not allowed on freeways. Towing with a tow rope is not allowed on freeways. Animal-drawn vehicles are not allowed on freeways. And reversing is not allowed on freeways. You are not allowed to allow the wheels of your motor vehicle to spin on the road surface. In other words, you are not allowed to pop wheelies. The driver of a motor vehicle must always have an unobscured view or an unobstructed view. Compulsory on a vehicle, in other words, you must have it. You must have at least one rear view mirror. You must have 4 good tires. You must have a petrol cap on the petrol tank that locks and seals properly. You must have headlights. You must have a license disc. And you must have number plates. And that's all the rules you need to know to pass the learner's license test for the light motor vehicle Code 2. Thank you. Video. This section will cover the rules of the road for the light motor vehicle or Code 2. You may not obtain a learner's license if you already have a license that authorizes the driving of the same vehicle class. In other words, if you have a Code 2 license, you cannot apply for another Code 2 learners. You may not obtain a learner's license if you were declared unfit to obtain a driving license for a certain period and that period still prevails. You may not obtain a learner's license if your license was suspended and the suspension period has not yet expired. New rules. You can drive a vehicle without shoes now. If you only have a learner's license, you can also drive on the freeway now. And if you only have a learner's license, you can also have passengers inside your vehicle now, on condition that the passenger next to you must have a valid driver's license for the same vehicle class or higher. It takes longer for a vehicle to stop when the road is wet, when the vehicle is loaded, and when the vehicle is traveling at high speed. It makes sense, the faster you drive, the longer it takes you to stop. You may not park your vehicle in the same place outside urban areas for longer than 24 hours. The dim lights of your vehicle may not shine further than 45 meters, and the hood of your vehicle must be heard for at least 90 meters. That means 90 meters and more. Time periods, distances and measurements might be confusing. To make it a bit easier to remember, the license of your vehicle, the license disc on the windscreen, is valid for 12 months. Times 12 by 2, you get to 24. You may not leave your vehicle parked in the same place outside urban areas for longer than 24 hours. If no one has been killed or injured in an accident, you must report it to the police within 24 hours. Don't go with 36 hours, 48 hours, or 7 days. Those are all possible answers. The dim lights of your vehicle may not shine further than 45 meters. Times 45 by 2, you get to 90, which is the hooter. You must go for 12, 24, 45, and 90. 150 meters is also part of the presentation. That's your visibility. During the day, if visibility is poor for 150 meters, you must switch your headlights on. If there's smoke or fog on the road and you can see for 100 meters, you must switch your headlights on. You must stop your vehicle if a traffic officer orders you to do so. You must stop your vehicle on any road to avoid an accident. You must stop your vehicle when a traffic sign orders you to do so, and also at the signal of a person driving sheep. The word driving might be confusing. What they mean there is herding. The guy is herding his sheep across the road. You must stop. Seat belts. You must wear seat belts in the front seats. You must wear seat belts in the back seat. You don't need to wear seat belts when in reverse. But remember, children younger than 14 must wear seat belts. Be careful, they also say children younger than 14 don't need to wear seat belts. That's wrong, they must wear seat belts. How far can you reverse a vehicle? You can reverse a vehicle for as far as is safe and as far as is necessary. At the scene of an accident, the first thing you do is stop. Then you check for injuries. You can check the damage after you've checked for injuries. You can move the vehicles if it's obstructing the traffic flow. You must give your details to a police or traffic officer at the scene of an accident. If no one has been killed or injured in an accident, you can move the vehicles, but you must report it to the police within 24 hours. You may not give alcohol or drugs to people involved in an accident, not even as a treatment for shock. Overtaking. You can only pass another vehicle when it is safe. After passing another vehicle, you must return to your lane. Make sure it's safe to return to your lane by checking your blind spot. The back door windows, that's where the blind spots are. When another vehicle is passing you, keep to the left as far as is safe. You may not accelerate. Must you slow down? Must you reduce speed? No. You maintain the same speed. You may not pass another vehicle on a curve, near the crest of a hill, on the shoulder of the road. To the left of the yellow line is called the shoulder of the road. You are not allowed to pass another vehicle there. If there's smoke or fog on the road, you cannot pass. If there's smoke or fog on the road and you can only see for 100 meters, you cannot overtake. You can only pass another vehicle if visibility is good for 150 meters. When may you pass another vehicle on the left-hand side? Only 2 occasions you can do it. The first one is if the vehicle in front of you indicates it's going to turn right and there's enough space to pass on the left-hand side without using the shoulder of the road, you may do so. The second one is if it drives in a town in the right-hand lane with 2 lanes in the same direction. You're driving in the right-hand lane in a town where there are 2 lanes in the same direction. The vehicle in front of you is driving slower and slower. Maybe it's going to turn right. You can move over and you can pass in the left lane. Why? Because there are 2 lanes in the same direction. The key word there is town. When may you drive to the left of the yellow line? In other words, when can you drive on the shoulder of the road? You can only drive to the left of the yellow line or on the shoulder of the road during the day if you want another vehicle to pass. You can't drive there any time because any time means at night as well. You can't drive there at night. And when you Y5 is a demarcated parking area. Y6 reserved parking for ambulances. Y7 is a bus lane. Y8 is a box junction. BOX box. You don't stop in there at all. Z1 is a pedestrian crossing where you might have to stop. The zigzag lines are important there. That means there's a pedestrian crossing where you might have to stop. Z2, that's a no parking line. Z3 is a bicycle lane. Z4 is a traffic circle. That's a mini circle and you normally get it in residential areas. 4 vehicles approaching from all 4 directions at the same time. The first vehicle over the line is the first vehicle to go. The keyword Z4 is line. Traffic circle, the first vehicle over the line is the first vehicle to go. Z5, that's an unguarded level crossing. It's a cross marked on the road surface warning about a train line. Z6 is a dividing line. Z7, those are called reversible lane lines. Z8 is a hilled line marked on the road surface. AA1, those are temporary parking bays. AA2, the left lane ends ahead. AA3, the right hand lane ends. AA4 is a no passing line. AA4 is very confusing as it is there. Those arrows warn you about the no passing line. In other words, a line is going to begin which prohibits you from passing. AA4, the keyword is line. AA5 is a speed hump. AA6 is a no passing line. What's the difference between AA6, the 1 line, and Y3, the 2 solid white lines? AA6 shows you may not pass other vehicles, while Y3 as well show you that you may not drive over it, not even to turn into a yard or anything else. To make it very simple, the difference between AA6 and Y3, the keyword is yard. BB2, reserved parking for ambulances. BB3, reserved parking for buses. BB4 is a loading zone for goods vehicles. BB5, reserved parking for taxis. BB6, reserved parking for the fire brigade. BB7, reserved parking for diplomats, diplomatic corps. BB8, reserved parking for minibuses. BB9, reserved parking for emergency vehicles. BB10, reserved parking for the Defence Force or Wehrmacht. CC1 informs you are 300 meters away from a high-speed off-ramp. CC2 informs you are 200 meters away from a high-speed off-ramp. Why are those signs yellow? Remember, all signs with yellow backgrounds are temporary signs. Those signs are normally blue. CC1, 2 and 3 are normally blue, and you normally get it on freeways. CC4, if you're driving a heavy motor vehicle, you may not drive in the right-hand lane for the next 15 kilometers. CC5, the speed limit in the right-hand lane is 80 kilometers per hour. CC9 is a right-of-way sign. When you approach a traffic circle and you see sign CC9, you can enter the circle without stopping because CC9 gives you right-of-way. DD1, robots and offenders will be spotted by camera. DD2, the speed limit and offenders will be spotted by camera. DD5, the road to the left ends. DD6 is a cul-de-sac, is a dead end. DD7, the road to the right ends. You can turn right there if you wish. And DD8, that's the alternative route. How do you get there? You turn right ahead, take the N17. That is the alternative route. Use numbers 1 and 3. To clear rain from the windscreen, you use number 2. To turn the vehicle, you use number 4. To change direction, you use number 4. To show you're going to change direction, to show you're going to turn, you use number 5, the indicator switch. To change gears, you use number 6 and number 8. To prevent your parked vehicle from moving, you pull up the handbrake, which is number 7. Not an automatic vehicle is number 8. You don't get the clutch in automatic vehicles. Number 9 is used to stop or reduce speed. Number 10 is used to accelerate. Number 11 is used to hoot. There's a question where they ask which controls do you use to turn sharply into another road. Don't work it out, just choose the one with the most controls because you use most of it to turn sharply into another road. Sketch number 4, RTM1 is a stopping line. If you're driving car A, you cannot slow down and go when it is safe to do so. You must stop and go and save. If you're driving car B, you cannot overtake car A. So your answer is stop and go when safe. Sketch number 5, arrow E. You must turn right on that lane. You cannot go straight if you wish to do so. You must turn right on that lane. Sketch number 6, road marking A is a no stopping line. You may not stop there at all. Road marking B, those are temporary parking bays. Sketch number 7, you see what car A is doing there. It's moving over to the left of the yellow line. It's going to drive on the shoulder of the road. That is legal. You can only do it during the day if you want another vehicle to pass and the visibility is good for 150 meters. You cannot drive there anytime because anytime means at night as well. You cannot drive there at night. You can only drive there during the day if you want another vehicle to pass and the visibility is good for 150 meters. The only other occasion you're allowed to the left of the yellow line is when you stop there to change a puncture. You can stop on the shoulder of the road to change a puncture. So you can only drive to the left of the yellow line during the day if you want another vehicle to pass and when you stop there to change a puncture. Sketch number 8, RM 4.1. That yellow line indicates the shoulder of the road. To the left of the yellow line is called the shoulder of the road. WM2, those are continuity lines. RM5, that's called the painted island. GM3 indicates the start of your different lanes. L1, L2, when can you drive from lane 1 to lane 2? In other words, when can you change lanes? You can only do it when it is safe to do so. You must indicate in good times and you must use your mirrors. Remember, the first thing you do, you look in your mirrors, then you indicate. The last thing you do, you check your blind spot. WM7, those white arrows indicate that you are in the right turn only lane. And because the white arrows are next to a broken line, you can still change lanes if you wish to do so. RM8, when you're at the yellow arrow or on the yellow arrow, you cannot go straight anymore. You must turn right from that lane. RTM1, that's your stopping line, and RTM3, those are your pedestrian crossing lines. Sketch number 9, GM1, the top right hand sign GM1, that is called a lane line. They also say it divides the road into two sections. No, the broken line shows you a lane line. The island divides the road into two sections. So GM1, your answer, is a lane line. Sketch number 10, WM9, the red and white blocks. When your brakes fail to follow the red and white blocks, it will take you to a gravel pitch that starts shallow and goes deeper and deeper. Your driver truck in there, it will stop your vehicle, arrest it without overturning it. They call it an arrestor bed. And that's all the sketches you need to know to pass the light motor vehicle. A1 is a stop sign. You stop and you only go when it is safe to do so. A1, stop and go when safe. A5 is a yield sign. Slow down and proceed without stopping if it is safe to do so. A5, yield. A2, they combine the two. If you go straight, you must stop. If you turn left, you can just yield. In other words, stop, but if you turn left, yield. A3 is a four-way stop. The first vehicle to stop, go first. The second vehicle, go second. The keyword is sequence. In other words, you stop and you go in the sequence that you have stopped. A4, stop, go, control at roadworks. A5 is a yield sign. A6, yield to pedestrians. A7, yield at the traffic circle. A8, that's a no entry sign, you can't enter there. A9, one way to the left. A10 is a right of way sign. If you're a pedestrian, you see that sign, you can go first, right of way to pedestrians. B1, blue signs with figures on. If it's the speed, you always go for slowest. And if it's the weight, you always go for less. In other words, B1, that is the slowest you can drive. B2, vehicles with a mass of 10 ton and less may not drive there. The keyword is less, so your answer, vehicles less than 10 ton may not drive there. B3, you're still going straight, you just keep or drive to the left of that sign. B4, you must turn left here. B5, you must turn right here, that's immediately. B6, you must proceed straight. B7, you must turn left, not here, but at the next intersection or the next road, or you must turn left ahead. Why? Because of the extension to that arrow. B8, you must turn right at the next intersection. B9 onwards, only what's on those signs are allowed there. In other words, B9, pedestrians only. B10, cyclists only. C1, pedestrians and cyclists only. C2, motorcyclists only. C3, motor cars only. C4, motor car taxis only. 5, minibuses only. 6, buses only. 7, it's open, that's a delivery vehicle. Delivery vehicles only. 8, goods vehicles only. C10, only construction vehicles are allowed there. Those ones you normally get at roadworks. D1, hazardous vehicles only. Those are petrol tankers and chemical vehicles. Only vehicles conveying hazardous goods are allowed to use that part of the road. D2, abnormal vehicles only. Those are vehicles higher, wider and longer than normal. D3, agricultural vehicles only. Those ones you normally get on farms. And D4 is a toll road. It's not for taxis, not a tunnel. Round and blue, you must pay toll when you're using a toll road. D5, switch your headlights on. D6, there's a red circle around it. In other words, that is the limit. D6, that's the speed limit. D7, the maximum mass, maximum weight. D9, maximum height. And D10, maximum length. E1, you may not hoot here. E2, you may not hitchhike here. E3, you can only drive here with special permission. People tend to confuse E3 and A8. Look at sign A8, that's no entry. E3, you can enter here if you've got special permission to do so. There are a few basics you need to know when you do signs. You need to know when you must do something and when you can do so if you wish. Look at sign B6. Can you turn left or right there? No. Round and blue, you must proceed straight. C3. If you're driving a motor car, you must use that part of the road. Look at sign G9. G9 is a rectangle, and all rectangular signs are information signs. In other words, G9 informs you If you're driving a bus, you may not drive here because the R means it's reserved for motor cars. But if you're driving a motor car, you don't have to drive here. You can use the other parts of the road as well. In other words, G9 informs you if you're driving a motor car, you can use this part of the road if you wish. To make it very simple, all round and blue signs I call must signs. All rectangular signs I call wish signs. So how do you answer your signs? You always look at the shape. Look at sign C6. If you're driving a bus, you must drive there. Look at sign G6. If you're driving a bus, you can use it part of the road if you wish. You also need to know when to say motor cars and when to say motor vehicles. To make it very simple, when you see one car, you go for motor cars. When you see two cars, you go for motor vehicles. Look at C3. Motor cars only. Why? Because it's one. F5. No motor cars allowed because it's one. But look at sign E9. E9 means no motor vehicles may pass each other. Why? Because it's two. Be very careful. They also say no motor cars may pass each other. No, because it's two, you go for motor vehicles. In other words, E9, no motor vehicles may pass each other. You also need to know when to say parking, stopping and driving. Look at F1. That's no parking. Can you say no stopping there as well? No, there's no S. Look at sign F2. Can you say no stopping there? Yes. Can you say no parking there? No. Why not? There's no P. So in other words, very simple. Never say parking if there's no P. Never say stopping if there's no S. But if there's no P and no S, that means that you may not drive there. Look at sign K3 on the second page. K3, that means you may not drive here between 6 and 9. J8, the speed limit at night is 100 kilometers per hour. During the day, you can drive faster than 100 kilometers per hour. J9, reduced visibility. The speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour because of reduced visibility. There's either smoke or fog on the road. Now we're working with warning signs. Warning signs warn you that something is happening to the road that you are traveling on. It's not happening here, it's happening ahead. So in other words, the key word is lookout. L9, look out, there's crossroads ahead. You're never on the road running across. In other words, L10, you are on the main road. And that means crossroads and vehicles approaching from the sides must stop. M1, crossroads where you must stop because you are going to cross the main road. M2 is a T-junction. What's a junction? Where two roads meet. And junctions are easy. You just need to check whether it's to the left or to the right. M2 is a T-junction. M3 is a skew T-junction. M4, a junction to the right. M5, a junction to the left is followed by one to the right. M6, sharp junction to the left. M7, sharp junction to the right. M8 is a Y junction. M9, you have reached the end of a Deal roadway. And M10, the start of a Deal roadway. N1, there's a traffic circle ahead. N2, a gentle curve to the right. 3, sharp curve to the left. N4, a hairpin bend to the right. It looks like a hairpin. N5, a hairpin bend to the left. N6, that's a winding road. N8, two-way traffic. Be careful. They must give that sign to you while you're still traveling on the one-way to warn you that there's two-way traffic ahead on the one-way road that you are traveling on. So N8, the key word is one-way. Your answer, there's two-way traffic ahead on the one-way road that you are traveling on. N9, the road that crosses the road that you are traveling on carries two-way traffic. N10, the right-hand lane ends ahead. O1, the left lane ends ahead. O2, a concealed entrance to the left. What's a concealed entrance? It's a road or driveway you cannot see. O3, a concealed entrance to the left is followed by one to the right. O4, traffic lights, robots, traffic signals, exactly the same thing. O5, there's a stop sign ahead. O6, there's a yield sign ahead. O7, a traffic officer or pointsman ahead. O8, there's a scholar patrol ahead. O9 is a marked pedestrian crossing. O10, you must be on the lookout for pedestrians. P1, look out for children. P2, look out for cyclists. P3, look out for sheep. P4, look out for wild animals. P5, there's a gate ahead. P6, the motor gate is to the left. P7, the train line is crossing the road that you are traveling on. There's no lights, there's no boom. They call it an unguarded level crossing. P8, there's a tunnel ahead. P9, maximum height ahead. P10, maximum length ahead. Q1, steep uphill. Q2, steep downhill. Q3, you must be on the lookout for slow moving heavy vehicles on a steep downhill. Q4, the tarred road changed to a gravel road. Q5 is a narrow bridge. Q6 is a one vehicle obstacle. Q7, the road narrows on both sides. It's not ending, it's not touching. The road just narrows on both sides. Q8, the road narrows on the right. Q9 is an uneven road. And Q10 is a speed hump. R1 is a slippery road. R2, falling rocks. R3, workmen ahead. R4, graders ahead. R5, loose stones. R6 is a general warning sign. R7 is called a surface step. R8, the shoulder of the road is soft. R9, stop-go control at roadwork. R10, construction vehicles ahead. S1, that's one light flashing at night at roadworks, warning you, hazard ahead, dangerous road conditions. S1, hazard. S2, that's a police or traffic roadblock. S3, the road ends because of water, you can't go any further there. S4, look out for winds which may cause danger to you. S5, that's a low water bridge. S6, look out for low flying aeroplanes. S7, look out for agricultural vehicles. S8, there's an accident ahead. S9, reduced visibility, there's either smoke or fog on the road. S10, the gravel road changed to a tarred road. T1 and 2, those are danger plates. T1, you must keep to the left. Why? Because it's an obstruction to the right. T2, you must keep to the right because it's an obstruction to the left. Why is there one yellow? Remember, all signs with yellow backgrounds are temporary signs, not warning signs. T3, there are two train lines, two tracks. T4, 5, and 6, those are all sharp curved chevrons. T7 is a dead-end chevron, and T8 is a T-junction chevron. You stop and you either turn to the left or you turn to the right. T9, that's an interesting sign. There's a gentle curve, and the speed is 80 kilometers per hour, but there's no red circle around it. In other words, that is just the recommended speed. You can go faster if you wish. U1, the road winds 12 kilometers. The word 4 on that sign is your keyword. U2, look out. There's a stop sign 60 meters ahead. U3, you must be on the lookout for potholes on the road that you are traveling on. U4, the road winds 12 kilometers. The word 4 on that sign is your keyword. U5, that's the speed limit for 8 kilometers because of a winding road. There's a red circle around it. In other words, that's the speed limit for 8 kilometers because of a winding road. U6, temporary road closure. W3. Remember what I've said, blue signs with figures on, the keyword is slower. In other words, you may not drive in the right-hand lane if you are traveling slower than 60 kilometers per hour. W6, W7, W9, those are called arrest the bed directions. If your brakes fail, you drive your vehicle in there, it will stop your vehicle without overturning it. X1, traffic lights, robots, traffic signals, the same thing. X2, the red light is steady. The red arrow is flashing to the left. Both are red. What's the first thing you see when you see a red light? Stop. Your answer, you can go after you have stopped and no traffic is coming from your right. The keyword X2, you must stop. X3, the green arrow is steady to the right. You must turn right there. You can't go left, you can't go straight, you must turn right there. But remember, when you turn right, you always consider oncoming traffic. So X3, the keyword is oncoming traffic. You must turn right there, taking oncoming traffic into consideration. X4, you can go if you want to go straight or left. X5, you can go if you want to turn right. X6, you can go if you want to turn left. So in other words, the keyword X4, 5, and 6 is you can go. X8 and